This is the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show, and I'm with Redd Hetson, guitar player for Bad Religion. How you doing, Greg?
Pretty good. What's happening?
How are you liking the Warped Tour so far?
Well, it's the first day. It's about 98 degrees, and I already wish it was over. No, I'm just kidding. But it's warm and having a good time. My daughter's enjoying it. She's riding a skateboard somewhere out here, so it's good.
What's it like having kids and being in this industry?
It's like any traveling salesman dad or something. I'm gone, but when I'm there for a long period of time, and I could be home for 6-7 months out of the year, or gone 6 or 7. So it's a little bit rough at first, but it's, kids are pretty, they're resilient, they adjust to that kind of stuff.
Now, Greg, you're in the Circle Jerks, you're in Bad Religion now. How do you endure this industry? It's such a tough business.
I think because it started out as just something fun that after 10 years actually became a career or a job. Not really a job, but a career, whatever, So it was kind of just, I don't know, it's always been something fun that ended up being, paying the bills.
From what I've read, you guys are preaching a secular, humanistic view of life.
I wouldn't say preaching, but we're just, that's what we give out. But we're all about thinking for yourself. Here's how we feel. Take it or leave it. If you take something from it, great. If you don't, that's fine too.
So it's not a situation where if you don't do it this way, then you're wrong.
Absolutely not. We're not preaching it out. We don't tell you this is the way, this is just how we feel, and that's not our thing. There's other bands that do that and do it well, but that's not our thing.
Tell me about the album New Maps of Hell. How did you guys come up with the title?
We were doing a photo shoot for the record in the middle of recording of it, and it was at a record store. We were flipping through some vinyl, and we saw it was like one of the titles of somebody's songs. Kind of lifted it from there.
Does it hold a special meaning for you guys?
I just kind of like, it kind of goes along with our whole, philosophy of, what we're bitching about. It's like, here's a new bunch of stuff, and here's how you can get away from it or go to it. If you want to. There's the fork.
How do you feel about what's going on in the world right now?
You can make a change, but the American public is really, really lazy. I mean, in the 60s, people went out en masse, in demonstrations, and there was riots. It was not always the best way to get, well, the riots were basically caused by the police and government overreacting, but you don't see mass demonstrations very rarely. Hundreds of thousands of people, or millions of people every week, every month. And that's what causes change. It totally stopped wars. It helped with the civil rights movement. So you got a bunch of people that are lazy because they got their 100 channels of HBO and their 99-cent value meals. They don't really give a shit. It seems they just write us at home and complain instead of going out and doing something.
And also the whole obsession with celebrity and their lives seems to really be distracting people from what's really going on in the world.
Yeah, that's always been there. He's always had the tabloids. I mean, going back, there's always been scandal. Going back, you could think of silent movie, or it's Fatty Arbuckle, it goes on, and it just never ends. People are fascinated with celebrity because we don't have royalty here. The celebrities are our American royalty, so that's kind of, I think, why people are fascinated. They're like these untouchables.
What do you feel are some standout tracks on New Maps of Hell?
No, it's pretty strong all the way through, so I really can't give you anything off the top of my head. We're still learning how to play the songs that do it for this tour.
How does the songwriting process coming together now?
We usually, Brett and Greg write songs, demo them out, send them to us, then we all get together for pre-production and hammer it all out together.
This is your first day of the Warped Tour.
We haven't been on tour in a long time, so looking forward to being out here and working. Actually played last week in Spain.
Oh, how was the audience there in Spain?
It was good. It kind of sucked. We had to go on after My Chemical Romance. They're kind of a big band right now. But most of the people stayed, and we had a good response. And those guys totally talked us up during their set. They're big fans and really good guys and a good band, and so it was all good. Good. How many times did I use good in one sentence?
No, it's okay. It's all right. You know what? It's better to use the word good. It's positive.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Positive.
It gets like positive energy going.
That's right.
What have been some of the highlights of playing with the Circle Jerks?
Pretty much, I think, just learning the whole how to be in a band, how to tour, how to tune your guitar. I mean, I pretty much started barely knowing anything to knowing a little bit.
It's been great talking to you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. All right, Blairing Out with Eric Blair with Redd Hetson.